EA Sports, always proud to bring you the National Football League as we join you from Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Today, longtime foes square off in the NFC East, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Washington Commanders. Kicker Brandon Aubrey is out to get this one started. And off we go in our nation's capital. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run here with a rookie. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And this one is incomplete. These two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7. And it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory, so they'll be fighting for the season sweep in this one. Here's 2nd and 10.
Come on.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for feeling out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make the play ourselves and maybe change things up.
That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Daniels with a give to Krosky Merritt. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To the air goes Daniels. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Tyreek Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Jake Moody now for the point after. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Commanders 7, Cowboys 0. Jake Moody to kick off.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Brendan, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
From the 29, here's 2nd and a couple.
Yeah, there we go. I think. All right,
Prescott now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that would draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Play action now, Prescott. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. You talk about this Washington defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll try and run again with Blue. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
4th down, Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
1st down, Cowboys.
So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They go with Blue between the tackles. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. This defense for the Commanders, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Now Prescott. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
On 1st down, it's Blue. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the first and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Cowboys first down. First and goal, Dallas.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Now Daniels. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Two yards to go, second down.
Get it! Past the 60, past the 60.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Trap 60, trap 60, trap all 80.
Throwing now is Daniels. And going deep for Hill. Touchdown, Washington. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Moody good with the extra point. And it's now 14-0.
Makes the score. Commanders 14. Cowboys nothing.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? That was a chance for the breakthrough. He's got a man running free, and you've got to be able to put that on him. But instead, led him too far, incomplete.
Here's Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn into big plays.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
They go again with Blue. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's a quick throw by Dak, complete out wide. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Kill! 47! At 47! 26!
Here's Prescott. Completes this one to Pickens. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. To throw is Prescott. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football, or you're going to cost your team chances.
To throw is Daniels. They'll swing this out to Krosky-Mary. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ready.
2nd and 7.
Go!
Daniels looking to throw. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Kevontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, 46.
Prescott. Pass incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, it's Prescott. Did he get the feet down? Yes! Touchdown! C.D. Lamb from 19 yards away. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
60 vices, 60 vices.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for it. Krosky Merritt. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
19 Tiger, 19.
Daniels going to throw for it. That's to his right. And he lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
Set. Panther 11, Panther 11. Tag. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready? Ready?
Here's Daniels. This to McLaurin out on the left side. 2nd and 10.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready?
Working out of the gun, Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Cowboy 80.
To the air goes Daniels. That's caught. Krosky Merritt with it. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's is inside the 30. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
Washington
60
Commanders,
Bobcat, 60
first down.
Bobcat.
First
Let's go
and 10
now.
at the 26-yard line.
Back to throw. Daniels. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Trap 60. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Operating from the gun. Daniels. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Tyreek Hill with a milestone. Career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Moody good with the extra point. And it's now 21-7.
Jake Moody to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play of the half, Prescott. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. The solid stiff arm. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
First down, Cowboys.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Prescott now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's another Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
46.
Throwing. Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he will reach reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's a give, left side, Blue with it. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And this time he is in for a Cowboy touchdown. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much and you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 35. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Now Daniels. Oh, first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. Now the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yeah! 47. 26.
Now a shotgun handoff, Blue. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Yeah, here we go.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he'll get this down to the 23. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here we go, 46.
Now Prescott. That'll be complete to Blue. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he's got it. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
second and goal from the 1. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And just shedding him off there. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Throwing now is Daniels. That's to Lane. He's got it outright. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 42-yard line.
Ready?
Up the middle, Krosky Merritt. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
70 Timberwolves. Bring it. Let's go.
Back to Krosky Merritt on first down. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Ready.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Get it. Bronco 80. Ready.
Again, it's Krosky Merritt. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And he's taken down inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
To throw is Daniels. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest holds for the third most in a single year. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Moody good with the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Commanders 48, Cowboys 41.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Now Dak, he's going to mix it up. Out of the gun, they run with Blue. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10.
Here we go, 26.
To throw is Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They hand it off. It's Blue. Down to the 25. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Prescott fires one out wide, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
On to give. This is Blue. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Prescott. It is intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The drive begins with a carry by Krosky-Merritt. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep him in check on that first down carry.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're going to try to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try to loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
All that blown up by DeMarvion Overshown. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
It's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Blue. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. 2nd and 6 coming up. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Here's first down. On the carry, this is Blue. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Now 2nd and 9.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, kill. Here we go, 47. 26.
Now Prescott. Got an open man. It's Pickens.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2.
Yeah, here we go.
They'll try to run for it with Blue. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Here it is, 4th and inches.
Yeah, here we go.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now Prescott going to change the play.
Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They run with Blue. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Now 2nd and 4. To throw, Prescott. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Blue will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Here now, 2nd and goal.
Yeah! Here we go!
Prescott. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult.
Point conversion.
One last shot now for Prescott. And they don't get it. It's incomplete. They gambled for the win, and they trail by 1 here in the final moments.
27.
I should probably sign a head, boy, because I got all the heads, boy. All that drink, you got a chip. I be on my little mouse drip. All that rap to pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All the on TV, I thought it made me richer.
So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right.